What do sociologists do?
So what is it that sociologists actually do?
Well, so in looking at any piece of research, sociologists use a whole variety of methods. They can use very large-scale social surveys where basically they administer questionnaires. I mean, you've seen them, you've answered them in the street, I should think. And out of that comes basically statistical evidence, what proportion of people do X. But at the other extreme, sociologists use techniques which are in some ways much more borrowed from anthropology than anything else. That is to say, they observe what goes on around them. I used the pub illustration earlier. A sociologist in carrying out such a study would simply go into the pub and observe how it is that people behaved. So you don't get statistical results out of that. What you get is observational data. There are all sorts of other methods that sociologists use in the middle, between those two extremes. You can use kind of interviews where you simply go and talk to somebody about something. Equally, you can use filmed observation, and a lot of sociologists are doing a lot more of that, which again provides the kind of observational data that I referred to earlier. Now, sticking all these bits together can be a bit of a problem, but the best studies often try to use the whole variety of techniques so that you have different ways of approaching the same problem.
Right. Traditionally, didn't they, sociologists sort of used the armchair method where they sat around and thought about what they see every day.
Yes.
And talked about that. So is research really important then, do you think?
I think my own view of this is that research is absolutely fundamental, that sociologists ought to be interested in the study of the real societies around them. Now, you're absolutely right that it's always been a long tradition in sociology of armchair theorizing, social theory. There is clearly a place for that, in much the same way as there is a place for theory in physics. And such theory in sociology often uses the research that others have done to construct big, large-scale accounts of society, theories of society. So there is an interplay between the two. My emphasis, though, is that whatever sociologists do, they must carry out studies of the society around them, or else it's a dead subject.
Yes, you need proof, don't you?
You do.
What are some of the methods that sociologists use in their research?